is a special presentation of Fox Sports Net.
Hi, I'm Cal Ripken Jr. Winning the MVP in Seattle this year at the All-Star Game was certainly a magical moment. I've had many magical moments in my career, but now it is my privilege to be associated with Babe Ruth Baseball and the Cal Ripken World Series. Coming to you live on Fox Sports Net.
You know baseball's Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr. and his countless Major League records. You know about his love for baseball, instilled by his father, Cal Sr. and brother Billy. But what you may not know about Cal Ripken Jr. is his love for developing youth players, his affection for Babe Ruth Baseball, and its newly renamed division in his honor.
Since Babe Ruth renamed their lower division after me, you have all these great ideas, and you want to, of course, implement them right away. The hard part for me is I have a full-time job.
So while Cal's glorious active Major League career is just weeks from culmination, his involvement with kids, the future of baseball, is just beginning to blossom.
And him giving back to the Babe Ruth, he's showing, how much he appreciated guys stepping out their way when he was younger.
Cal is somebody that's definitely deserving of having a league named after him with the type of career that he's had.
What he's trying to implement now into his life after baseball is more baseball and creating the future for baseball. And that just shows how committed he is to the game.
You already know about his all-star accomplishments on the field. Now, you know why kids playing Cal Ripken baseball worldwide admire him off the field.
It comes from a love of the game and a passion for the game and an opportunity to do good things.
This year, Babe Ruth Baseball celebrates its 50th anniversary. And today, the American and International Division winners vie for the second annual Cal Ripken World Series Championship. Next.
Fox Sports Net presents the second annual Cal Ripken World Series. Today, from the banks of the winding Wabash River near the memorial for war hero George Rogers Clark, and not far from the former home of the nation's 9th president, William Henry Harrison. We are in Vincennes, Indiana, and there's a carnival atmosphere outside of Joe Bilski Field for today's World Championship game. It's between Korea and South Lexington, Kentucky, representing the USA. Welcome to Vincennes. I'm Josh Lewin. What a terrific week it has been. These guys have been knocking themselves out, ready to compete for the big prize this afternoon. The weather has cleared, and everything is a go today. Cal Ripken will be joining us later live from Baltimore. I'm privileged to be with Cal's brother, Billy. He'll be commentating on our championship game today, and wow, what a week.
Yeah, this has been a great week, and the thing for me is when I sit here and I watch these kids play, you really lose sight. You know, you played into the highest level at the big leagues, but there's some 12-year-old kids out here that flat out know how to play the game baseball, and it's really enjoyable to watch.
You, your brother, your dad, it's always been about the fundamentals, so maybe appropriately, we've got this team from Korea in the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. This team right here will not beat themselves. Korea is a very sound defensive team. They got good team speed. They got one guy that can actually go out there on the mound and win a game for them. They're not going to beat you by hitting the ball out of the ballpark, but they got good speed, and they're going to play really good defense.
If there is a step-out guy, you're right, it's probably Jang, number 15. He will be on the mound to start today.
Yeah, he's not overpowering, but he's not going to walk anybody. He's going to throw fastball, curveball. He mixes in his curveball pretty well, keeps hitters off balance. He's not going to blow you away, but he's not going to give you anything by walking you either.
All right, and in terms of who to watch for on the American side from South Lexington, Kentucky, another number 15, another guy that can hit a little, can pitch a little, Taylor Hatfield.
Yeah, huge homer he hit in the game to get him here. Went 3-run bomb, jumped up on a high fastball. It was pretty impressive to watch. They have a team that they can hit the ball out of the ballpark. They got their 2, 3, 4 hitters, all have the potential to leave the yard. It's going to be an interesting matchup because they can beat you with the long ball, and whereas Korea is going to beat you by running around the bases, putting deep pressure on the defense, and they're going to play solid defense.
That Kentucky team has only lost once. They're 5-1. Korea undefeated, 6-0, and poised to get that championship trophy today. We'll see what happens. A packed house here in Vincennes. They go for the championship when we come back on Fox Sports Net.
Chevy Tahoe offers a third row of seats that's light and easier to handle than anything else out there. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Hi, I'm here to see the house.
Oh, great.
Oh, a nice house. I'll take it.
You'll take it? You don't want to look around?
No. But your asking price, it's a little low, so I'd like to double it.
Really?
Yes, and I brought cash, if that's all right.
Can I offer you a cup of coffee?
Oh, no, I brought my own. Oh, and I brought some for you, too.
If selling your home were this easy,
Lemon Square?
You wouldn't need Century 21. Real estate for the real world. Learn more about our customized marketing system at century21.com.
McGuire swings, and there it goes. Gone! Number 70.
Rawlings, there for all of baseball's greats and future greats.
It's free!
It's free!
It's free! It's free!
It's free!
What part of free don't you understand?
The Cal Ripken World Series is being brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Century 21, the official real estate agency of Major League Baseball. Now, the Koreans have earned the right to represent the international side of the ledger today. Korea 6-0. And to introduce us to this team of 12-year-olds, Korea's manager, Dong-ho Kim.
저는 한국에서 온 감독 김동호입니다. 오늘 라인업은 다음과 같습니다.
저의 이름은 장두영입니다. 그리고 저의 포지션은 투수이며 제가 좋아하는 선수는 박찬호 선수입니다. 안녕하십니까. 제 이름은 최현조입니다. 제 포지션은 센터필더이고 제가 좋아하는 선수는 박찬호입니다.
안녕하십니까. 제 이름은 최재현입니다. 제 포지션은 캐치이고 제가 좋아하는 방송은 만화입니다.
안녕하십니까. 저의 이름은 이형종이고 포지션은 투수입니다. 그리고 제가 제일 좋아하는 음식은 김치입니다.
안녕하십니까. 제 이름은 정두상입니다. 제 포지션은 허스트입니다. 그리고 제가 야구 다음에 좋아하는 스포츠는 농구입니다. 안녕하십니까. 제 이름은 우선진입니다. 제 포지션은 3루 베이스고 좋아하는 선수는 칼리켄 선수입니다.
안녕하십니까. 제 이름은 조용호입니다. 제 포지션은 유격수이고 제가 제일 좋아하는 과목은 잉글리시입니다.
안녕하십니까. 저는 조한욱이라고 합니다. 그리고 저의 포지션은 이루수이고 제가 야구 다음으로 좋아하는 운동은 태권도입니다.
안녕하십니까. 저는 한국대표 박연솔이라고 합니다. 저의 포지션은 레프트 필더이고 제가 미국에서 좋아하는 선수는 칼리켄이라고 합니다.
I heard Cal Ripken in there. This could well be the Yon Seoul Park show coming up. A little gratuitous Cal Ripken mention never hurts. Let's check the starting defense now, brought to you by Chevy Trucks. For this Lexington, Kentucky team, they're 5-1 in this week-and-a-half-long tournament. Hatfield, the man on the mound, and must give them innings. We should mention he's already given them 3 innings this morning. More on that in just a moment, but here's Taylor Hatfield, scouted by Billy Ripken.
Yeah, he throws firm, but not overpowering. He's going to be a guy that kind of come after you, mixes in a little two-seam fastball to try to get ground balls, and he uses a knuckleball as a changeup. Kind of a little unusual for a youngster to use, but it's just a little change of pace.
And because of the rain and lateness of the hour, Lexington had to play its semifinal game not yesterday, but just 5 hours ago. Hatfield was on the mound for 3 innings of that 6-inning game. Yes, we play 6 innings here. A 4-2 win for Lexington over New Orleans to advance to the championship. That's a strike, so says Paul Buckner. He's your home plate umpire. And immediately, this matchup that we were looking forward to, Jung and Hatfield. Hatfield wins out, gets the ground ball, is to the bag.
It's a nice little play right there. It's very rare that you'll see a 12-year-old get off the mound and go over there and cover first base on a ground ball to the first baseman. They did that pretty well right there.
Billy, is it safe to say that not just Taylor Hatfield, but this entire South Lexington Kentucky team has got to be reasonably on fumes right now? They are playing essentially a doubleheader today.
I think if it was me and you, we'd be on fumes, but they're 12. I think they can bounce back and do this. They're pretty excited about this game. It was a huge win for them early this morning. They looked pretty good when we looked at them before the game.
Hyung is the batter for Korea.
I believe that was his little knuckleball right there. He tried to throw up there as his changeup.
Taylor Hatfield's dad is the first base coach for this Lexington team, and that's the man that taught him to throw this knuckleball a year ago.
Good fastball right there.
Spots it on the corner, and the count now 1-2. There's Mr. Hatfield. Has a pretty good knuckleball himself.
Oh,
upstairs, yep.
Climbed the ladder on him right there. Didn't have much chance to get that one.
2 down, top of the first inning. Keep in mind, Korea put 5 on the board in the first inning yesterday.
At this pitch right here, he's coming with the high gas. Bit out of the strike zone, can't reach that one.
Hoon, no relation to Hyung. And we remind you that Cal Ripken will be joining us when the Orioles are done with their game with the Toronto Blue Jays today.
Hadn't found his knuckleball.
Cal has kind of made it here already. Handing out 5,000 pictures of Cal today. There's a fastball outside. We should mention, Billy, the population of Vincennes, Indiana is 19,000. 5,000 of the 19,000 are in this park this afternoon.
It's a good percentage to come out to watch a baseball game, isn't it?
We got a real break with the weather, too. We saw just about everything except a tsunami last night. 88 degrees and sunshine. That ball poked out of play.
Their high fastball. It looks on our scouting report we had him as a 2-seam fastball, but looks like today he's feeling a little fresh and strong. He's bringing the high heat.
3 innings of 2-run baseball this morning, and bouncing right back this afternoon.
Oh, got him.
Shaves the corner. That'll do it. 2 strikeouts in the inning. And if they're on fumes, they're not showing it early. Lexington coming up in the bottom of the first, representing the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine. The professionals at Prestige Auto Service are prepared to be your pit crew. With oil changes, brakes, they can work on electrical, air conditioning, and anything in between. And when your engine or transmission is too far gone, they can replace it with a Jasper engine or transmission backed with a 3-year, 75,000-mile warranty, keeping your car or truck running smoothly no matter how you choose to drive it. Prestige Auto Service, 801 South 6th Street in Vincennes.
Tired of that frozen out-of-the-box pizza? Then come home to Termilio's Pizza and Pasta, offering a complete menu of all your Italian favorites. Pizza, calzones, pastas, fettuccine, and don't forget to try some of our special gourmet pizza. We also carry a large selection of domestic and imported beers and wines. That's Termilio's Pizza and Pasta, a unique pizza experience. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Termilio's, 1427 North 6th Street in Vincennes.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
South Lexington, Kentucky is representing the United States in this, the championship game, the Cal Ripken World Series. With a win this morning, that was a measure of revenge for Lexington. Last week, Lexington lost to the Lakeshore entry from outside New Orleans, Louisiana. They avenged a 4-3 loss with a 4-2 win. And now running out the lineup, the manager of South Lexington, Don Warner. Let's meet and greet right now.
Hi, my name's Don Warner, manager of South Lexington, USA champions. Here's my starting lineup.
Hi, my name is Eric Mueller. I'm playing second base today, and my favorite player is King Griffey Jr.
Hi, my name is Taylor Hatfield. I'm pitching today, and my favorite player is Derek Jeter.
Hi, my name is Joe Levenson, and I'm playing center today, and my favorite player is Barry Bonds.
Hi, my name is Tyler Oliver. I'm playing first base, and my favorite player is Mark McGuire.
Hi, my name is Jason Langford. I'm playing shortstop today. My favorite player is Juan Gonzalez.
Hi, my name is Chad Kruger. I'm playing catcher today. My favorite player is King Griffey Jr.
Hello, my name is Tyler Pauley. I'm playing left field today. My favorite player is Derek Jeter.
Hi, my name is Thomas Royce. I'll be playing third base today. My favorite player is Chipper Jones.
Hi, my name is Casey Lucchese. I'll be playing right field today, and my favorite baseball player is Derek Jeter.
The Jeter references outnumbering the Ripken references, but I know you're cool with that, Billy.
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that.
The defense brought to you by Chevy, and you know, we'd highlight somebody for you here, but no matter where you look, it's solid.
They got some pretty interchangeable parts out here. The one guy that I will talk about is the shortstop. He just made some plays during this tournament that it wowed me to realize that he's only 12 years old, because he played a little bit beyond his years.
Now, speaking of which, on the mound, Jung, and at 12 years old, well, he can pop that fastball like he's a lot older than that, can he?
He throws good. You can tell he's very well coached when you watch him warm up. He's got a very slow and deliberate first step, but he's going to throw a fastball and a curveball today. He gets ahead of you. He's not going to give you first base. He's going to make you earn it because he's got a real solid defense behind him.
He blasted a home run off the picture of Cal Ripken yesterday out beyond the left field wall.
Mueller. Hit him right in his mug, too. No, he had a outstanding at bat yesterday when he hit that homer. I was sitting there watching. I said, I don't know what he's going to throw him now, but whatever he did throw went over there in the left field bleachers.
Well, it gets underway with Eric Mueller. He's just 2 out of 18 in the tournament, but has scrapped his way on with a walk or 2. And he eyeballs a strike from Jung.
Strike 1. You're going to see that a lot today.
You mentioned Jung has the curveball, too. It told us he's only been throwing it since March, the day that he turned 12.
I think that's good. Youngsters, I think the misconception is you have to have a good curveball and you have to start throwing it early, but what you have to do is throw the fastball enough to develop a little arm strength. Then you can get to the breaking ball, and I think they brought him along nice.
Mueller with a chopper. And handled quite easily for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Now here's how this Lexington team was able to move along. We mentioned the avenging of the loss to New Orleans. A very exciting 4-2 win this morning. And in essence, a double dip now. They come right back this afternoon. The man that really helped put it away for them is the man who's to the plate right now. That is Taylor Hatfield.
Yeah, those teams were very evenly matched when you watch that game. And this guy caught up to a high fastball and hit it over the center field wall for a 3-run homer.
That was in the 5th inning of the game. Hatfield named to the all-tournament team as a pitcher. He is also hitting right at 500. Now, by the way, Don Warner, the coach of the United States team, is mic'd today. And we'll try to listen in when and where it's appropriate.
Show behind 3-0. He's making my scouting report a little bad right here.
Smart Joe, be smart, Joe.
But he was probably here, and he saw that ball that went over the center field fence in the earlier game. Maybe he's going to be a little careful of this kid.
See if he swings on 3-0. He does not. It's 3-1.
He's going to turn it loose right here if he gets one he likes. Amazes me watching these tournament games that how disciplined these kids are at home plate and how well they swing the bat. Oh, that's a good swing.
Disciplined also whenever there's a disagreement. The man on deck, Joe Levenson, was hit by a pitch in that game this morning and initially was not awarded first base. But it seemed like, Billy, he did it just right. He simply showed the home plate umpire the bruise. Didn't hop up and down about it, but just tried to state his case.
And you like to see that. I mean, obviously, the kid can't pinch himself and make his arm look like that. And the umpire saw it, and he said, yeah, you're right. It did hit you.
Well, and just in case he needed help, Taylor Hatfield, the man at the plate, tells us he has aspirations to be a lawyer someday. So
easy. We don't have lawsuits.
Hatfield turned 13 yesterday, but qualifies for the tournament.
Oh, got him with the off-speed pitch right there.
Hooked him, and down he goes.
He had 2 real good swings at his fastballs. Kid had a couple of real good swings at a 3-1 fastball and a 3-2. And you see he took a little bit off with the curveball right there and got him.
Now batting the center fielder.
Got him out in front a little bit, swung before it got there. It's a good pitch.
Oh, you talked about the thump 2-3-4 in the lineup. Here's number 3.
This kid can leave too.
Joe Levenson, who under normal circumstances, Billy, would have been the starting pitcher in this championship game, but we mentioned he was hit on the right wrist in the 4th inning of this morning's game. So of all things, he's in center field where he's still got to throw.
I tell you what, though, he made a real good play in the 6th inning of that game. New Orleans, they can swing the bat, and they lead off in the bottom of the 6th at a line drive to center. He comes in to make a great play to start the inning. Tide could have turned right there if he didn't make that play.
Lexington pulling off the upset in the quarterfinal round before they drew New Orleans, dumping previously unbeaten Oakland, California, with its stars A.J. Simmons and Darius Chappell.
That right there probably, in my opinion, proved to be the upset of the tournament. When I saw Oakland in, they just had some really big boys, and they had 2 guys that threw pellets from the mound. But New Orleans got on them. South Lexington got on them.
This ball twisting out of play into the crowd. And that's been part of the fun. I mean, not just the international competition, but from all points on the map in the U.S. as well. There's been a lot of crossing over, the mixing and the mingling. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
I think that's what this tournament's all about. You get these kids together. There's a breaking ball again, reached out.
And Choi vacuums it up. He does not have a play. It's an infield hit for Levenson.
Big man getting down the line a little bit right there.
Yeah, the wrist is banged up, but the legs still work just fine. First base runner of this afternoon's championship game.
Throws him a little breaking ball right out here. Reaches out just to protect with 2. Hits it off the end of the bat. Shortstop did everything he did that he could do, and he made a wise decision by not throwing it when he looked up and saw the big man getting down the line. No sense in forcing a play right there and throwing the ball away.
Cleanup man Tyler Oliver. And he pings it into left. Yep. Into the outfield it travels for back-to-back 2-out hits. And the opportunity presents itself now for the shortstop, Jason Langfells.
Here we go, Jason.
He's the leading hitter on this team.
Coach told us last night that he's probably hit the ball the hardest in this tourney. He said even his outs are hard. He said he's really been swinging the bat well. He's in a position right here to do something big in the 1st inning of this game.
Langfells, who lists Kenny Lofton as his favorite player, requested the number 7 in his honor. Hyung Jung with some heat upstairs.
Get that swing down. Let's go.
Although not overpowering, when you throw a fastball up and the guy might have breaking ball in his mind, there's no way he's catching up to it. He throws firm. He's just not throwing raw gas. But up there, that's tough to get to.
We were told 110 kilometers an hour. With that fastball, it'll be about 70 miles an hour.
I'll let you know next time I'm speeding.
In Toronto. That ball gets away. And we've talked about how well the Korean team runs the bases. This time, alertly, a couple of U.S. runners moving up on what'll be a wild pitch.
It's an awful tough pitch for these young guys to block as a catcher when you're sitting down there and you got a breaking ball in the dirt.
That's in the dirt.
Count 1 and 2, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Solid shot to first. And the race to the bag. Safe the call. USA in front in the 1st inning.
We saw it earlier with South Lexington, how the pitcher got over there and covered first. And in this instance right here, the pitcher got off there a little bit slow, maybe hoping the first baseman was going to get there.
Okay? I'm going running. They might have any kind of trick play. Just outsmart.
It's a great play by the first baseman to make the play. See, the pitcher was still kind of hanging on the mound and wouldn't have got there in time. Nothing the first baseman can do right there. Kid hustling out of the box. Touches home plate easy for the first run right there.
And immediately now, a conversation ensues right along the baseline. Dong Ho Kim will chat it up with pitcher and catcher, really the two leaders of this team and best friends as well, this battery. Number 15, Young Jang, and the catcher, Hoon, who can also pitch, by the way.
It's nice to have your best friend being the catcher if you're the pitcher.
Now batting the catcher, Chad Kruger.
Chad Kruger, not Chad Kruger. Runner takes off from first to second and no throw. Now Korea has been trying to play just like that throughout this tournament, kind of a drop and dive thing where the runner from first will get a halfway down and hit the deck, allowing the runner to sneak home from third. Second stolen base of the tourney for Langfelds.
It really surprises me with Korea's skills, why they wouldn't try to throw down. I've watched them in infield. They have the ability to throw it down to second and have that guy catch it and throw it back to the plate. Just giving them a stolen base and putting a man in scoring position kind of surprises me. Well, that's a good fastball right there.
We should mention that Young Jang's father is monitoring the game back in Seoul on the internet. It is just past 5 in the morning in Seoul right now. Fastball gets away. And thundering on in, it is now a 2-0 lead for the U.S. The big guys are running around the bases. First Levenson scores, and now Tyler Oliver.
See a fastball right here in. Our catcher got just a little tad lazy on that one. That's a ball that he should have probably handled. Got by him, the big fella. Rumbling. Scoring the second run of the game.
Now the two biggest players on the team have been the two base runners that have made it happen here in the bottom of the first. And a 2-2 count meantime at Chad Kruger. Does not chase, and he works it full.
It's a big pitch right here, big out for the Korean team to get right here. You got to try to stop the bleeding a little bit and only give up the 2.
Down too low. And the inning continues.
That's that patience right there once again. I mean, that's not a pitch that is that far off. And he took it like he knew what he was doing right off the bat.
Pass ball, you're gone, okay? Pass ball, you're going to get in. Be smart, see what they do. Be smart, okay? We're going.
Tyler Polley is the hitter. Now, Tyler has struck out in 5 consecutive at-bats in this tournament. Runner taking off from first to second, and the throw is back to the pitcher and not down to second base. So that's twice they've done that. This time it is Kruger who jogs on into second. And we mentioned Polley in kind of a slump right now the last few days, but puts this one in play. And as it ends, it is a 2-run first inning as we get ready for Cal Ripken's grand appearance live via satellite. The Orioles are done. We're just getting started here in Vincennes.
After the 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The all-new Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
So you need a mortgage.
Yeah, but we don't really have any, collateral.
Well, no collateral's really not a problem for us. In fact, that's our motto. Oh, right, once you sign here and you're all set.
This is actually more than we need.
Yeah, I threw in a little extra.
So what's the interest rate?
0, if that's comfortable.
If getting a mortgage were this easy,
You need a bag for this?
you wouldn't need Century 21. Learn about the Century 21 Mortgage and Connections programs at century21.com.